This is the plaintiff, Priscilla Salzberg. She says she hired the defendant to serve her mechanic with legal papers and the hack botched the job. Since the defendant failed to live up to his end of the bargain by serving papers the proper way, she wants her $75 returned, so that's just what she's suing for. This is the defendant, Joseph Glasser. He says he served the plaintiff's mechanic perfectly fine, gave the plaintiff the proper paperwork proving it was in fact served, and is surprised the lady's suing him for doing his job. Return her money? Not a chance. He's accused of serving up a lawsuit.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant botched the job serving her auto mechanic with legal docs, but the defendant says he did it just fine. It's the case of the service was quite poor.
Okay, Priscilla Salzberg, you are suing Joseph Glasser, whom you hired to serve process on a lawsuit, because according to you, he did not do it correctly and you want to have your money back. Tell me what happened.
On February 14th, 2011, I asked the defendant to please serve a subpoena to somebody I was suing.
Serve a subpoena. Okay, so did you already have a lawsuit pending against the person? Was it a person or a business?
It was a business.
What kind of business?
A mechanic.
A mechanic. Okay, so you were going to sue your mechanic. Had you already sued your mechanic?
That seemed like such an easy question.
It does, doesn't it?
I was serving him to get him sued. And what happened was I paid Mr. Glasser to serve the subpoena, and he was supposed to bring me back like proof of service. And
okay, who filled out the paperwork that was to go to the mechanic? Do you fill it out or does he?
He did.
Okay, so you went into his office and you said what?
I said that I need a subpoena served to a gas station that I'm suing.
Okay.
And, you know, what can I do? He said that he would do it. And what happened was he was supposed to give one copy of the proof of service to the person that I was serving the subpoena to and bring back one for me. Bring back a copy for me. Okay. Instead, he gave both copies to the person receiving the subpoena.
And then said what to you? I don't have anything. I gave him both?
Yes.
That's what he said to you?
He called me on the phone and left a message. He left a message on my answering machine and said that there was a problem and to call him. So I called him.
Do you have that message?
No.
Okay.
And he told me that he wasn't supposed to give both copies to that's what it was. I think he kept both copies for himself.
I don't know what you're saying.
There were two papers.
Right.
There were two papers.
He was supposed to leave one with the defendant. He didn't? Well, then he didn't do anything because that's what you're paying him for. So I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'll ask him what he did in a second. I just want to know what you think he did first before he says what he did.
Yeah. I think he brought back both. I think he was supposed to give something.
Your lawsuit says he brought back neither and left both. Now you're saying he brought back both?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but whatever. I know. But I know he has the two copies. He
does have the two copies.
Yeah, I think so, because I remembered him telling me, well, do you want me to give you a copy?
What ended up happening with the lawsuit against your mechanic?
Well, I had to get somebody else to serve it because I spoke to a lawyer, and the lawyer said that your case would be thrown out if that's what it was, that I didn't have the appropriate paperwork to show to the court. And so a lawyer told me you're going to have him served again, so I got the paperwork served again.
The reason that you think that what he did was wrong is now not because he didn't do it or left both papers with the defendant, but because the paperwork he showed you was inappropriate?
No, either way.
No. That'll be my conclusion. I first have to know what your facts are that you're suing on, and I don't get it. So you were saying
he didn't serve the paperwork properly.
No, that's not good enough. I want facts because, see, I know what his case is. You don't, because he submitted paperwork. So I first have to know what your theory is because I don't want it to change after I know what I'm doing. You are not my first rodeo. I have done this for How long has it been now?
It's been a long time.
Almost 20 years. I've been sitting with a black dress. Okay? So I know where I'm going. I just need you to answer me. And it's not enough for you to draw conclusions and say, he didn't do it right, and that's what I'm saying. No, I need the facts. What did he do?
So this woman cannot explain what this process server did wrong. Should the judge have just ended it with her, or should the judge ask this guy questions? What do you think?
I think the judge definitely ended with her because obviously she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Would you give her a fair chance by going to the guy and asking him what he did?
Yes, I would.
You give her a shot because she doesn't have a lawyer, I guess, right?
That's a hard one. I don't know.
You got to come up with one side or the other.
All right. I think she should just throw it out. That lady's kind of weird.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
He gave both papers to the...
We're back to that now.
Yes.
Okay. He gave both papers to the defendant. So you then go to a lawyer. Why did you go to a lawyer?
Because I called the court to find out if the error in the paperwork could jeopardize my case. The court said yes. I asked a lawyer...
What did you tell the court he had done? Left both copies?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
And so I even asked a friend who was a lawyer who had helped me before what the problem was. And he said that...
Did you tell him that he had left both copies?
Yes.
Okay.
And he... the lawyer said, I think you have to serve again because your case can be thrown out.
So on the advice of your friend who's a lawyer, rather than because your case got thrown out or the judge told you it wasn't good enough and reset it to give you a chance to whatever it is, on the advice of your friend who's a lawyer, you said, the fact that I don't have paperwork is going to jeopardize my case, so I'm going to pay another person and I want my money back. Okay, Mr. Glasser, what's going on?
Yes, how are you?
No, wait.
The plaintiff had came into me on February 14, 2011. She had paid me $70 to effectuate service of a Deuces Tickum subpoena, which is for records, on the 15th, which was the
What did she tell you? She told you, I want you to serve a subpoena?
Yeah, I work in Jamaica, Queens, across from Supreme Court on Sufton Boulevard, and she had...
Can you do this so I can see your eyes? I like to see the eyes of the litigant. That's okay, you keep the glasses on, I just want to see your eyes. Go ahead.
So, they come in with their prepared papers. This is pro se papers.
She filled out the form or you filled out?
This is her paperwork.
Can I see it?
Of course you can.
Is this something you filled out?
This is a copy of her paperwork. Okay. That's exactly what was served.
And then she said to you, I want you to serve this.
Yes. So then on the 15th of February, 2011 at 10:47 a.m., I went to serve a Harris, which is exactly what I did. He's a male, tan skin, dark hair, 25 to 35, 170, 200, 5'8 to 5'10. It was notarized. Now, this is the original one that she needed to bring back to court with her on February 22nd that she refused to pick up. I also have a copy.
What do you mean she refused to pick up?
I called her. She didn't want to pick it up. Did
you ever call her, though, and tell her, oh, there's a problem, I left?
I called her and told her the service was done. I said, I have the affidavit.
Did you ever tell her, though, that you didn't have a copy for her? Where's she getting this from?
I have absolutely no idea.
Wait. Listen to my question.
I'm listening.
Usually, when someone has a complaint, even if they're wrong, there's a little germ where it came from.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
Did you ever did she say to you, where's my copy? And you say to her, I don't have your copy.
No, I never said that. I told her she could come pick up her original affidavit.
Did she ask you for some document that doesn't exist and then you tell her? Why do you suppose she's doing this? Because look, we know factually that she went out and got another process server. So she thought something in your conversation led her to believe that something was wrong. Even if she's wrong about it, what did she ask you for that you didn't have?
I have no idea. She came in on the 14th. This was an expedited service. I mean, she paid someone else to do the service again after I had already effectuated proper service. She came into me on the 14th. It was done on the 15th at 10:47 in the morning. So the affidavit you're looking at is for the 17th of February.
Right. So she hired somebody to do it 2 days later.
I don't know why she did that. My papers are right in front of you. Everything is proper.
If he left both papers with the mechanic, why is it I have papers?
Only one subpoena.
And why is it that you've alternatively given me two different versions? One is he left both papers, or wait, that's not it. No, he brought back both papers. And I mean, you seem a little confused.
He gave at least one page to the defendant that he was not supposed to give.
Says who? What page?
All right.
Says who and what page?
He said it. And I even had called the court and explained what happened. The court said that he called and explained the problem.
Where's this? You gave me this document, the service of a subpoena by the second process server that you hired when you felt that what he had done was going to be a problem. Where's the actual subpoena that person served? This is the proof that the subpoena was served. I'd like to see the actual subpoena that he served.
That the second person served?
Yeah.
No, I don't have that because he served
because
it.
I want to make sure that that one doesn't ask for different documents.
Well, let me
and then
just-
maybe what it is that you realize that maybe you didn't ask for everything you needed. Now you had to just serve it again, and then you want him to eat that.
No. He called me and he told me that he made a mistake.
And you had that on a recording, and you don't have the recording.
No, I don't think he called.
Let me just say, for anyone within the sound of my voice, if you've paid somebody to do something and you get a message on your recorder that says there's a problem, save the message. That's a good idea, to just save the message until you find out whether the problem's resolved or not.
He said that he gave a page to the defendant that.
And you deny all that, correct?
Listen, I've looked over this thing 100 million times, and I can't see anything wrong here. She paid me to do a service. I did the service properly as per the CPLR, and I don't understand what her problem is. Because she hired another process server to do it, or maybe she got some ill advice from an attorney, that's not my problem. I mean, I did it.
Why? In your lawsuit, you say, on February 14th, I received the kiss of death from Cupid, because it was February 14th?
The kiss of death from Cupid.
I think it's just a joke about it being Valentine's Day.
Well, listen. I've been working in Jamaica on something.
When I met the defendant, I got little subliminal messages that this was a bad idea. The process server was this long-haired fellow.
Still got long hair.
I can barely see your eyes. But I thought to myself, I don't like this guy. But what, look, that's fine. Then that's your prerogative as a consumer to turn around and walk away. But for you to be able to get returned to you the $70 that you paid him, not $75, to serve a piece of paper that you wrote out the front of it. Okay. I'm sorry. You wrote out the front of it, the subpoena for records. And then he wrote out the back of it. And here it is. And it has the right dates. And it has a notary stamp. And it looks exactly like what a person shows. And he's denying that he ever had that conversation with you. I just don't know what it is you're complaining about, because the paperwork doesn't prove it. So right now it's your flopping gums against his flopping gums about what he told you in a phone call. When I can see that the paperwork is that you wanted him to file, he filed. I don't know if the paperwork you got the other guy to file is the same paperwork. I know you paid another guy to do something, but you didn't bring me what you paid him to do. You just brought me that you paid him to do and that he did it.
He gave a copy to the defendant.
Okay. You can't just repeat yourself over and over again. You have zero proof of what you're saying. He has proof it's not true. And may I add, during your testimony, you told me two totally different versions of what you're saying is a complaint. Based on what's in front of me, I find in favor of the defendant.
Thank you.
So the judge's decision goes against this plaintiff. Come on out here. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, I guess something that I had never thought of, to tape the whole conversation. I never thought that it would come down to this. And I kind of understand her.
Well, the stuff finally got served, right? Did you get your thing served? And
yeah, but through somebody else. What happened was he gave her the other guy extra paperwork.
So step on in here. What's your reaction to this?
Justice was served. The job was done. I did it right, and I'm happy that the judge felt that what I did was proper.
You feel pretty at home in courtroom setting, or you have to go to court often?
I'm looking to become a lawyer, so I'm used to trying to get used to the whole court atmosphere.
Yeah, how did it feel winning your first case?
It felt pretty good. Hopefully, this is a good sign of
Harvey?
things to come.
When you hire somebody to do a job and you want it done in a particular way, that you should get in writing, because if you don't, you're never going to be able to prove that the other person did it wrong, and especially if the other person says that you never told them how to do it. That will do it for this case. Litigants, for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.